You ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, let's go. Welcome, everyone, to yet another Blind Eyed podcast. My name is Matthew Kamor, and again, I will be joined by, I will be joined here today with
Anthony Azanian.
Maddi Harden.
However, today, we do have an extra person with us. Please.
Now?
Yes, now.
Joshua Carling.
And today's topic, we will be talking about the wondrous and imaginative world of Dungeons and Dragons. Now,
Three is also hacky.
It can be.
Hacky.
Like hacks.
Like hacks?
How?
Dice
roll.
How is that hacks?
It's hack.
That's just
That's
fake.
not a hack.
Hacks is a human
Doing something
altering
to manipulate
the
something.
odds of something. A dice rolling, unless you're calling dogs out on hacks, to which is just stupid.
Anyway.
Fates. The fates, man.
The fates. Anyway. 3 out of the 4 of us here are actually within the same Dungeons and Dragons group. So we have quite the bit to talk about, considering we have many adventures. And since we had our recent continuation of our current quest yesterday being Sunday, May 24th, I believe.
Yeah.
Since today is Memorial Day, May 25th. We do have some fresh new...
Fresh and new.
I guess you can say installments to what happened within group.
I like where this is going.
So if at any point you feel the need to ask us questions, Anthony, feel free. We will be happy to answer most any question.
I love where this is going.
All right, so with that in mind, where should we start? There's many stories we can tell.
Possibly descriptions of our characters.
Descriptions of our characters.
Very quick descriptions of our characters. If I start talking, we'll be here for like an hour.
All right, so go ahead and give us a quick little blurb of your character for the sake of Anthony and the audience.
Okay. My character's name is Alcazar Pendragon, as funny as that might be, from Arthur Pendragon. But anyway, he is an orphan that was found in the woods by an alchemist. The alchemist raised him. He became attached to that alchemist. Then at one point he's doing some chores for the alchemist. Meanwhile, a black dragon destroys the entire city. He then gets very upset and vows to have revenge on this black dragon, and the quest ensues.
In terms of your personal story.
Yeah.
So you didn't mention it earlier, but what race and class are you for the sake
Like
of
that kind of description.
For the sake of argument.
I am a half-elf wizard.
You're a wizard, Alcazar.
I was a warlock, which I got so much shit from you guys for. But then I went from that to a wizard.
I think because you now are a wizard, I think you became more useful in the group.
Yeah?
I think so too.
Because what you were doing earlier as a warlock wasn't exactly...
You had no purpose, Alcazar.
Yeah, you kind of just stood there.
Yeah.
Your spells, though, were cool. They weren't very beneficial to what we needed done.
Yeah. They were more direct, not like area of effect.
Yeah. And we move on to you, Miss Maddi.
I'm the stealthiest fucking elf rogue you can ever meet.
She can frolic in the background and no one notices her.
Yeah, she can be like, hey guys, I'm over here, and no one would notice that she's over here.
Yeah.
What's your name?
My name is Eden Lovegood. I am...
And she loves good.
Yeah, I do love good. I am actually a trained companion.
In story.
In story.
Yeah.
In story, Eden is a trained companion who is pretty much the elf equivalent to an angsty teenager who runs away from home.
Right, and isn't it because elves age differently than, say, human or half-elf?
Yeah, so what is teenage for me is, like, really old for everybody else.
Probably like 20s or 30s for...
Probably more like 30s or 40s.
In human perspective.
In human perspective, yeah, so... And I'm adorable. I am, like, 5'1", so I'm very small.
But apparently packs quite the punch.
I do.
Well, we'll get into that later. My character is a human. My name is Marcus Cerulean, and I am a... How do I say this?
Warlord.
I'm a warlord, and I am one of many along the huge line of descendants of a high warrior noble class.
Yes, this is my horn. Yes, I can toot it.
Essentially is what the family would do, but he didn't want that. My character is trying to be as humble as possible and trying to use peace and other means to come to the compromises of the land instead of using force.
The first couple sessions, that was not humble.
Oh, of course not.
I'm going to use my inspiring words. And you shout yourself.
I did, the first couple rounds we did play, I did, in fact, sound pretty much like the self-righteous douchebag. But I learned through those experiences that I can't exactly come off that way, especially with my current backstory.
Yeah.
But that is, I think, a basic rundown of who we are within group.
The chemistry.
The chemistry. Speaking of chemistry,
oh God.
when we were having our quest last night, we found a room of requirement for those who are Harry Potter fans, and we use this sort of as a
room of requirement, meaning a room that adapts to your needs. For those who don't know the room of requirement,
we are in the middle of a quest, and we tend to go back to this room very often so that we can rest and avoid any severe danger. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
So Eden decides to confront the entire team. Oh, and by the way, we finally came up with a team for our a name for our team. We are now called the Odd Squad. If you don't know that reference, it's from
written ADD though.
Written ADD, but with the certain accent, it would sound odd. We are the Odd Squad. Yeah.
So no, I had the idea to announce to the group, just as I am about to say it. Hey guys, I haven't practiced in a while. Does somebody want to practice with me?
And as soon as that was said, everyone was like, what? And I kind of groaned, and I was just like, I know where this is going.
I know what was being said. I was like, dear God, no.
There was a lot of cringe happening, and I was just like, you know what? Take one for the team.
Yeah. Right.
We'll take one for the team. What is it? So we rolled for bluff, endurance, athletics, and acrobatics.
God damn.
Her being an elf, myself being a human, it was very much to be expected that
I have higher athletics, acrobatics, and bluff than you do.
Right. So it was immediately expected of you to roll better. However, mine are not exceptionally high as yours may be. Mine are moderately high. So even if I rolled low, I would still get a decent number. However, my rolls were not in my benefit. So
got kind of.
She was much better in bed.
That was 5 seconds.
I know.
Oh, it was funny.
That was funny.
Was it Crisco?
It was Crisco.
Every roll is like 6 seconds.
Yeah, so like, this is like a minute-long session, and I died.
Oh my God.
Like, that is the
Well,
quickest.
because I am so much better than the other areas as he is, the reason that it only lasted 6 seconds was because he has such high endurance.
I would say longer than 6 seconds. In game mechanic-wise, yeah. What was it? I just happened to roll higher on that in terms of endurance. What is your actual like acrobatics and athletics and everything? And do you know off the top of your head?
Probably not.
I know for a fact my acrobatics
11.
11 all across the board?
Those two are 11. My bluff is 13, and my endurance is 10.
Okay, so then mine were acrobatics. As a human, we are not very acrobatic creatures. Mine was 3, athletics was like 10, endurance was like 10, and then bluff was like 9.
My character very much reflects my physical being, not athletic.
Well, isn't that sort of the point, to help get some more immersion into the game, is to create the character more towards yourself in terms of physique and stuff? Well, however, elf, they have benefits of their own, which is why all of her skills and shit are incredibly high.
Yeah.
So
Me being the filthiest mofo in the world.
that was hilarious.
That was.
Okay, Anthony, there was an instance where we needed to steal a gem. Was it a gem?
No, it was a vial.
Oh, wait, you talking about the building?
Yes.
The
That was a
house?
vial of dragon's blood.
Okay, so we had to steal a vial of dragon's blood inside this huge mansion in this one city that we just so happened to be within. What, do you have?
Fallcrest.
Fallcrest, thank you. and none of us really could get in there. I mean, some of us had decent stealth, but not enough to be able to, if we rolled, we would obviously get noticed, and we didn't want to get into another encounter.
Because there were like a bunch of people roaming the perimeter pretty much. So I go, hey, I got this one. I can go in solo.
Yeah,
guys, I got it.
I got
We
this.
just sat outside that building probably for what could have been in-game 5-10 minutes.
More realistically, it probably would have been only 5 minutes.
Yeah.
She and Alan, our DM, just talked back and forth every time she rolled, make sure something happened. She failed once, triggered the alarm, and still got out of there without being noticed.
She ghosted the whole freaking building. No one even saw her.
First I have to get up to the door, then I have to break into the house, then I have to find the right room, then I have to break into the room, then I have to break into the chest, and then I have to get the item, make sure it's the right item, and then book it.
That's like 6 times in one.
Yeah.
But she failed opening the lock the first time, and it did like some sort of explosion or something?
It electrocuted me, and it took like 12 of my hit points.
Right. And then that's why she had to roll again. And
Yeah.
In real time, it was probably, she goes in our perspective, she goes in building. We sit there for a couple minutes.
You probably like watch me go up, and then you like see me like crouch, pick the lock, and then go inside, and then from there you just kind of like, now what?
Yeah, sort of wait. So the joke was the rest of us were just sort of sitting outside the building playing rock, paper, scissors with each other. And then all of a sudden you just see her run out the building like, I got the thing, let's go!
So I would have died. If I was with you guys that night, I probably would have left my
The funny thing is,
we all did. That was pretty much the end of the game.
We all literally saw this in our mind, and we just all immediately came to the same image in our heads, and we just,
like
everyone died.
Yeah, just sitting out there, a bunch of random collection of people playing rock, paper, scissors, and then in the background you see this little dot, and then suddenly,
like that anime style where you see the person just booking it, and you have the huge trail cloud behind them, and then you have the people just like, wait, what? What? I don't know what's happening, but follow her. That was
that was fun.
That was a lot of fun.
There was the second time.
The one last night?
Yeah, the last night one.
Oh shit!
Where we're going up against
a bunch of
necromancers and
continue. Sorry.
A bunch of necromancers. There was a bunch of humans.
Led by a dragonborn.
Led by the dragonborn, yeah. And
Garrosh, I believe his name was.
Garrosh, yeah. And they're all like, let's pillage, loot, and rape and stuff like that. And I'm like, Jesus, no.
As a true neutral, you're like,
I'm gonna have to say no. But then I had this idea that we need to get into this library where all the necromancers are, and to get into a chest that has a key. And I'm thinking, well, if we could possibly, because the necromancers aren't even there anymore. They locked the door with an arcane lock, which is basically like Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, lets you know that your house is getting broken into kind of thing. So I know as soon as they kick that door in, they're going to teleport back, and a battle is going to ensue.
So we kind of encourage the dragonborn and humans to try and break into the library.
Because they have untold treasures that they can use against another group of people that want us to kill this band of humans and your dragonborn leader.
We basically promised them like the ring of power, and they're like, oh yeah, that sounds awesome, let's do that.
And then of course, during this battle, they all get wiped out.
And then all that's left is probably a handful of the necromancers and the main necromancer going, wow, that was weird, why'd they do that? And we're like, we don't know!
Meanwhile, during this battle, I again sneak into the library and break open the chest and steal all of this stuff.
However, instead, this time, everyone got experience because it was, in fact, an encounter that we were a part of.
She got 900 experience
on that first one.
On that first one, yeah. Her alone, she got 900 while we were just sitting on our asses doing nothing.
You could do more solo missions.
Solo missions? What if we were to do more missions that were to help sort of build personal character?
What do you mean?
That could work too.
Like more personal character development.
Oh no, that's just all up to the DM. Like,
no, I know
how often he throws a bone our way.
Right.
But we can ask him to do more.
Yeah. Just so that we can not pick and choose, but sort of figure out a little bit more about each other. That way, in game, we can actually be a little bit more cohesive. Because there are still times where we're just like, arguing and debating what we need to do only because I'm a paladin, man. I can't do that. That's against me. And I'm just like, dude, I'm lawfully good. So can't I, but I still have to do what I have to do in order to keep the peace, man.
Yeah. After hearing all this, now I want to be in this game.
If you want,
Pretty packed.
this one's pretty cramped. Yeah, we have what, 6 people, including the 3 of us.
Last time we tried going past 6 people, it
didn't work.
It just did not work.
We could try another one though.
We can maybe create a second
like I was saying,
D&D
I could be the DM for the secondary group, and we can do that at a different time.
do that and have a more smaller group.
Yeah.
So
It would be easier.
It would be easier. So say everyone here in this room, plus maybe Greg, if he got interested.
Maybe.
Yeah. Okay. We were talking to him about it today. He's kind of seen where we were trying to get him interested, but
He says he has his own equivalent out of Monster Hunter, and I said, no, you don't, because this is different.
Well, it's enforcement, so he's not going to have a fun time.
Well, of course not. I keep telling him, I was messing with him, of course, but still, it'd be something interesting to learn and to experience for himself. I mean, not going to be mean to the guy, but he's sort of just in his room most of his time.
Yeah. 99.99999.5% is fine.
The other...
My God, there was a half in there.
how do you have a half of a decimal?
5. I am 5.
God, that's why.
5.
No, you're not.
My world.
Anyway.
Oh, fuck your world.
We also have Pinlock the dwarf, we have Pliny the other half-elf, and we have Hexen the
Pixie!
dragonborn. And isn't he also... Oh, he's a custom...
He's a custom
class.
class.
Psionic something.
Psionic monk, I think.
Something like that. We have the dwarf paladin and then the Pliny the half-elf ranger.
Yeah. And then we have
Simple farm folk.
And then we actually have a few companions too.
What do you mean? Oh, yes.
We have 4, don't we?
We have Slug, who is a hobgoblin.
He's a ranger now. He used to be a rogue, though.
We have Ninaran, the cleric.
Yeah.
She's a cleric, and she's an elf.
We also have apparently my sentry from the Cerulean Stronghold.
We actually decided not to take him as one. Remember?
Oh, I know, but he's there.
He's there, and then not with us at the moment, but we have those 2 quote-unquote slaves that we bought, but they are not here against their will. Eden must point out.
We do not condone slavery.
No,
we paid them
we bought them from the slave traders. You so eloquently killed the slave traders. And then we basically gave them their freedom back, and we also gave them the option, if you have nowhere else to go,
you can come with us.
You can come with us and help us in our journeys. And
so 2 of them decided to stay. One
do not remember their names. One was a male, one was a female.
The female was a drow.
And the male was a dwarf.
Yeah, the male was a dwarf.
Okay.
I don't remember much else about them, though.
I don't think there was anything about
Right now they're at the training house, that's why.
They're at the training house, waiting for us to return at the Pyramid of Shadows or something like that.
Which we are trapped in until we kill people.
Yeah.
What was... Oh, I lost my thought.
What were people fun?
It was, it had to do with...
Carvacos?
It might have...
I don't know.
I don't know. I just find it funny how any time... Oh, no, I was going to talk about Princess Versailles.
Oh,
my princess!
Who?
for a while we were like, yeah, fuck her.
Okay, so what happened was when we first entered the pyramid, we immediately fell into a battle with a two-headed giant.
Yep.
Yeah.
We ended up a coup de grace.
Yeah.
That was easy. Oh my God, that made things so much easier. We found some sort of stone that was layered with necromancy, which Hexen wasn't too happy about because he's affiliated with the Raven Queen, and they don't much care for necromancy. But it was moving, or it had some sort of essence, like you can hear some sort of voice out of it, and everyone was, after our huge incident with Carvacos, was super skeptical to pick up the piece of stone, and I was just like, you know what, don't care, pick it up. I basically said, fuck it, pick it up, and as soon as I pick it up, a manifestation of a pixie?
Like a fairy.
Fairy.
She's 9 inches tall.
9 inches tall, a fairy. Her name was Princess Versailles. So our quest took a side quest. So now we have two quests arguably, that we're on right now. One of them is to find the heart pieces of Princess Versailles to combine with the one that we have now. So
we
that she
currently
can,
have 2.
Yes, out of 3. And the one that we found makes 4. The original pieces.
So how many total do you need to find?
We got one more.
We need
just need one more. And it's on the 3rd floor of this pyramid out of 4 floors. And we have explored almost the
first floor.
Not a wild goose chase.
We're on a scavenger hunt.
Yeah. She's able to sense her own presence. So if we're in the vicinity of another heart piece of her own, she's able to tell us and be like, okay, we need to get this.
She comes up and like tugs on my ear and goes, I can sense one of my heart
It's
nearby.
somewhere in this room.
It's somewhere in this, essentially, yeah. Because Eden found Versailles so cute, she decided to claim her for her own.
She hides in my backpack most of the time.
Well, she doesn't hide. We keep her there for her own protection.
Yeah,
I freaking killed her, man.
What?
We almost freaking killed her.
You guys almost killed her.
Me and Hexen were like, yeah, I'm done taking shit from talking items.
I just find it funny that as soon as I picked it up, it just so had to be a woman fairy. Like, I already get a ton of shit from you guys about being that womanizing guy.
Try to seduce her.
Hashtag dimples, man.
Although it's kind of funny, I think I'm the one who does that more, honestly.
What?
Can I flash him and like daze him?
No.
That was funny though. Well, you only done that once, twice maybe.
Yeah.
It's still funny.
It's more in my character to do that though.
Well, of course, you have to try and maintain some sort of character. I mean, we do our best to actually keep accents, but after a while it just sort of dies, and then we pick it up again, and then it dies. It comes in waves.
On and off.
It's very
It's hard because you're trying to do certain things within game, and then you're trying to contemplate what you should be doing out of game and back and forth.
Well, because you actually have to say your actions, so you don't say your actions with an accent. It's only if you're talking, so it just gets confusing.
That's why if it was virtual reality, that'd be like so much easier. I don't know.
Fireball.
There was one time where he actually threw a fireball, and we all just sort of did that.
Fireball! Fireball! Fireball!
And then I think Alan said something about lightning bolt or something like that. We were just like, lightning bolt, lightning bolt, lightning bolt.
Mana arrow!
Yeah. What was the other thing?
Mana doesn't exist in this realm, in this game. It's all like a counter of how many times you can use a certain spell. Or power. On your spells.
Because for you they are spells, for the rest of us they are not.
Everything else is always, like, everything is generally marked as a power or ability, and I call them spells just because I'm a wizard.
It's like we're...
Take magic stuff, put it up like that.
No,
no, it's not.
For him,
has magic. The rest of us don't. The rest of us have skills that we know how to do, like actions, like
and
combinations.
they all have titles, so it's like me designating a certain move in Pokemon and yelling out, I'm about to use Thunderbolt! Smash! Kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, like Tiger Blade or...
Like Tiger Blade or...
Fierce Demon Fang.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so,
stuff like that.
Like one of my moves is called Commander Strike. It's like me taking my sword, lunging at you and being like, Commander Strike! Alcazar, attack him! Because Commander Strike... No, Commander Strike allows one of my other allies to attack the target that I'm currently attacking for free. So if I roll and I hit, they're able to hit the same target for whatever damage that they are able to roll.
He has this kind of stuff because technically speaking, he is the leader in the group.
Other than D&D, I play RPG games, so it's like how you guys are talking, with you, and then he attacks with you. I call that link attack.
That's fine. You can do that. That's essentially what my character does.
Yeah.
As a warlord, I'm sort of my inspiring presence allows for people to do certain things.
Just by standing here, you should feel more strong.
Pull you down,
I don't know. How strong's my bluff? Roll. I do find it funny how when you were doing an arcane check, both Jacob and I rolled natural 20s.
That was freaking ridiculous.
That was funny as hell.
We got a total of 81 or 71 points of check, so nothing was hidden from us in that room.
At that current moment.
Yeah. It was like, okay, this.
I still find it funny how I'm able, and it's probably due to me being human, but I'm able to cast rituals.
That's weird.
You need to get rituals, though.
I know.
I have lots.
Well, I know, but I can work along with him to create these rituals, or to even.
I think he doesn't even need to know the ritual. He could just hop onto the circle and quote unquote and
Just give you
like,
a buff.
yeah, and kill the cast time.
I summon you.
Right there. But what I found funny was, for the longest time at Office Depot, I just keep on rolling past Alan, our DM, and just keep on going, hey, so I want to talk to you about maybe dual casting. He goes, no dual casting. That was in 3rd edition, not 4th edition. You can't do that. I'm like, yeah, I just wanted to know if there's some sort of spell or ability, a feat that I could possibly make. And he goes, no. This lasts for like 3 days. And I walk up to him at one point, he goes, I swear to God, if you say dual casting one more time, I'm just standing there going, no. And he goes, we're going to say it? No. I'm just like lying out my ass. Finally, I show him like a very rough sketch of what would be a counter spell.
Mm-hmm.
I show it to him, and that's now because he agreed to it, and it's now my overcharge spell, which is, it uses my healing surges, which is basically health potions, and the only ones you're going to get, to increase the power of my spells. And I goofed.
We were fighting a dragon, and he decided to use his overcast spell and use a huge chunk of his healing surges. Like, we each get 8 healing surges per day.
I get 9.
You get 9. You get 9 for a certain feat, I believe. So he used, like, more than half to use his spell, and it ends up backfiring on him. And he was like, no one attack me for the rest of the encounter kind of thing.
Don't hurt me.
Make sure I stay alive, please.
You know what I honestly find really funny?
What?
So what happens when you die?
Oh.
You have to make a new character.
No.
It's so difficult
Well,
to die.
first off, before you die,
have to fail 3 save throws.
if you roll anything below 10, that's basically failing a saving throw. So as soon as you roll above that 10, you're not revived. You're considered stabilized. You still have 0 HP points. HP hit points. Yeah. You still have 0 HP, so as soon as you get knocked over again or hit again, you have to do the same thing over. So if you miss 3 times, then your character is officially dead, and you have to make a new character.
And even then, you can be like
preserved and have your body brought back.
And they can put you in like a bag or a box or something, drag you back to a priest, and the priest can revive you with a certain amount of gold.
Right, everything comes with some sort of monetary cost.
Comes with a price.
Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah, one of my character developments is that he has a, have you seen the movie Me, Myself, and Irene?
Yes.
The Jim Carrey movie? Okay, imagine that for my character. I have a slight bad guy in my head, so I came up to him and said, hey, is there a possible ritual or spell that would help me either get rid of it completely or be able to create a manifestation of it, put it in a bottle, and keep it so that I can use it for something later on.
I'm currently looking into this like very ancient spell book. I don't even know how to read yet. And just now I'm looking through this and going, wait, I'm piecing this together. This looks like it could possibly be useful, but I'm one of those kind of guys that...
Because he knows like 2 and 5 words.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, his book is Draconic.
Ancient
Draconic, and he now knows 2 out of every 5th word.
So I can barely read it, but out of what I could read, I finally pulled this ritual, and that's what we rolled for. That was 71, and we figured out, you now know everything there is to know about this ritual. It is not unsafe whatsoever. You're fine.
However, it takes like 3,000 pieces of gold or something like that.
The item that you use, the implement, has to be something of 3,000 gold.
Or did we decide to do that for Versailles? Because we destroyed her...
We're probably going to do that. But
I don't know.
Because we ended up destroying her actual body in combat.
Well, we were taking stabs at it, and we could have preserved it, but what I did, I shoved my hand into one of her wounds and used magic missile, and it exploded her torso.
To the point where everything was just nothing left but splatter of guts and gore.
Yeah.
Who wants barbecue?
It wasn't even barbecue.
No.
It was just more like
slush, like a slushy.
It was just chunks, man.
Some ground beef, bro.
Oh, the cannibal, man. The cannibal inside this man. Too real.
I love meat.
Oh, yeah.
I still think it's really funny that after our characters had sex, I had a bonus and you had a negative.
Oh,
that sounds like real life.
What was...
You lost healing
I
surge.
lost 1 healing surge, and you got +1 to your.
I got
attack.
+1 to my attack roll until the next time I take an extended rest.
Right. Alan did not want to be a part of that, and
He didn't. I was
just like,
so tempted to get detailed with it, though. That sounded like it would have been so much fun.
It probably would have been a lot more fun, and the rolls probably would have been different.
They would have been, instead of, okay, we're going to roll for this next. Who's higher? Okay, now this one. Who's higher? Kind of a thing.
Yeah.
Because that's like, well, wait a minute. Why? You need to get in depth with it, like how we do all the other skill checks.
Yeah. But
Like, what are you doing for doing that roll? Why does that work?
Yeah, Alan wanted to avoid that entirely. When he was done, he wrote down in his notebook all the notes, and he was just like shaking his head, just sighing.
Forget this.
Please never do this again. I'm going to do that again.
Then finally you guys are like, okay, we leave the room. And he goes, what room? And you look around and go, yeah, there's only one fucking room in this whole
Well,
thing.
no. I was thinking of it since it's like the room of requirement. It could manifest to more walls.
I thought so,
in the
too.
corner.
Nothing manifested. That was the problem.
I thought so too. I thought even still, it wasn't just
I
like
said,
the bare
okay,
floor.
we're going to kind of,
I
yeah.
thought at least there'd be a bed or something.
Oh. We're all sitting there like, oh dear God.
We can hear the noises. We don't want to see any of it.
I'm plugging.
Everyone take a corner while they take the middle.
Don't look. Don't look at me.
Oh dear God. What else? Did you have any questions for us while we still have fuel for the fire?
No, actually, my only question is I want in.
As far as advice goes, just find a really good DM, because you could have DMs that are really textbook, and you most likely
in the circle.
you most likely will not have fun with a DM that's extremely textbook.
No,
you want those
that's
DMs
more
that are like,
better.
okay, let's homebrew is really the way to go, because it's so much more relaxed.
I'd rather have you be the DM one.
Yeah.
You've
You
never
don't know.
DM'd before.
I might go, I feel like someone needs to die right now.
Well, you did it.
George R. R. Martin.
Well, you did admit earlier today that you do a lot of home brewing.
Oh, yeah. I would love to do homebrew, but I don't know. I need to learn how to do DMing first.
Well, according to some other people that I know, Kevin, it's not that hard.
Yeah.
It's really not that hard. It's just a matter of knowing how to storytell.
Yeah, I do that.
What Kevin does, he does it.
He does it?
Spot.
Yeah, he's really good at it.
Like at random.
Me too. To light up my ass. Anyway.
Oh, like he's walking in the room? Okay, roll. Dungeon disappeared. What are you going to do? I'm like, fuck!
Yeah, he's quick, dude. He's real quick. All right, I think that is a good time to stop. Any final thoughts or questions that you might have for us?
I hate spiders.
You hate what?
That was the very first encounter I ever had. I was going into a dungeon, and my DM says you hear crawling noises coming from the ceiling, and you can't see the ceiling; it's pitch black. And I'm trying to think on the fly, like maybe if I can throw a torch up there, but I'm too weak, it's too high. So I have a spell called Light, but you can't cast it like a ball or something like that. You have to place it onto something. So I come up with a brilliant idea to place it onto a bolt from a crossbow and fire the crossbow at the ceiling, and it fires, launches, bounces off the ceiling, and huge freaking spider just gets spooked, lets go of the ceiling, and lands right in front of me, and I scream like a bitch. It's like, no, let the Archangel take care of this one. I'm done, I'm over here, just you do you. Spiders. Yeah.
The almighty wizard!
Memories like that usually make D&D fun.
Yeah, so far we've got a lot of really funny memories to keep together, but...
Have you found the Raven Queen?
That's going to be an inside joke now.
It is.
Just like Dimples for me, just like Bad Guy for you, and don't miss Stealthies for you.
Selfies!
Any final...
selfies.
No, Stealthies.
No, it's selfies.
Any final thoughts for you?
I love my god tier dexterity.
One more level.
Just one more level and we
One
get
more level, and then I can boost my intelligence so I get
Do we get another...
Yeah.
You get a plus
We get
2.
We get another plus...
1 feet and...
Plus 1 to 2.
Plus 1 to 2.
Okay.
And all we need is, I think, 2,000 more points. Not even
we're somewhere...
I only need 2.
She needs about 800 or so. We need about 2,000.
Yeah, that's because that solo stuff.
Right.
I'm at 12...
You're at 12,000...
8 something.
No, you're at 12,280 something.
No, I'm at 12,804. something like that, I think.
Right.
I don't think so.
She's about 900 points ahead of us. We're at 11,900.
Yeah.
And she's probably at 12. Yeah. About
We need roughly 1,100 more points. She needs roughly 800.
Yeah.
And
With that, I think we're good.
yeah, okay. Any other things that you wanted to know about maybe us or our characters?
Nope.
No?
I basically got everything.
There's so much more.
There's so much more, but I got the gist of it.
Just enough for a little taste.
Just remember, always keep a fresh character sheet at hand, because you never know.
You never know either when your character's going to die or you need to update yours. Because depending on how good your eraser is, it can get dirty real fast.
Yeah.
Well, we use digital.
You use digital, but I still feel like it's more convenient and more efficient for paper.
Digital.
I know. I heard it. I didn't want to correct myself because I've been messing my speech up ever since I started this podcast.
Anyway.
All right.
Okay.
So that ends this episode of the Blind Eye Podcast. If you like what you heard, be sure to give us a like rating down below. If you want to be caught up with all other podcasts in the past and future, be sure to hit that subscribe button. We have some already in a playlist, and this will be added onto that playlist as well. If you also want to check out our other stuff, we have Let's Plays, we have news updates, and so on and so forth. So be sure to check out our YouTube channel. We are also on social media. We have Facebook and Twitter, so be sure to check those out as well. With that, my name is Matt.
My name's Anthony.
Joshua.
Maddi?
And we will see you next week.
Bye.
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 1, 2, 3, 4.